You're gambling with World War III.
To allow them to take land.
Nobody can.
And then when they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
Could you take on Russia by yourselves?
Well,
World leaders visiting the White House now have a significant worry: intimidation tactics, or rather, proper smackdowns in front of the cameras. Why do we say this? Trump and his administration have more or less turned the Oval Office into a virtual arena for visiting world leaders, where they receive a dressing down and are sometimes forced into confrontations with America's highest office. In this episode of HT In Depth, we take a look at 3 such cases and ask these big questions. Are these confrontations a reflection of underlying fault lines? Is Trump plotting these ambushes as a form of power play? Are public face-offs with top leaders the new normal in the United States? Which of the foreign leaders handled Trump's smackdowns best? I'm Aisha Varma, and you're watching HT In Depth. So let's proceed chronologically. The United States President Donald Trump and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer met on February 27th. The two had a relatively warm meeting, but some disagreements and a somewhat tense moment were visible. Starmer pressed Trump to provide strong security guarantees for Ukraine amid the war with Russia. However, Trump was non-committal and declined to endorse any formal security guarantee. Beyond this, Trump didn't make any promises about reducing tariffs when Starmer lobbied for the United Kingdom to be exempted from them. Then, during a press conference, Trump interrupted Starmer's response to a journalist, saying, and I quote, "That's enough." A reaction that raised eyebrows. Listen in.
Look, we had a really good discussion, a productive discussion, a good discussion, as a result of which our teams are now going to be working together on an economic deal. Our teams are going to be working together on security in Ukraine. You mentioned Canada. I think you're trying to find a divide between us that doesn't exist. We're the closest of nations, and we had very good discussions today, but we didn't discuss Canada.
Thank you. Please. Go ahead. Go ahead, yes.
If you thought that was bad, wait for this. Ukrainian President Zelensky visited the White House in February this year amid a raging war with Russia. And soon it was evident that the shift of power in the United States could be deadly for Ukraine. The meeting had something for both sides. Zelensky was eyeing more aid from the United States, while Washington was looking at securing a critical minerals deal. The meeting descended into chaos soon. This meeting with Zelensky was televised live from the Oval Office, and it sent shockwaves across the world. During this meeting, Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance rebuked Zelensky, accusing him of disrespecting the United States, going so far as to say that Ukraine was ungrateful for the aid that the United States had offered up till that point. Take a look.
You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank you?
Even today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment.
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak-
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this, I tell you.
Then came the South African president in what is now being referred to as an ambush. Trump had pictures and a video ready to corner Cyril Ramaphosa. The intent of this meeting was a usual diplomatic visit. But what occurred instead was a performance. This time, Trump, drawing from his reality show days, made a spectacle out of the meeting with Ramaphosa. The lights dimmed in the Oval Office with Trump talking about an alleged white genocide under the Ramaphosa government. Ramaphosa, for his part, has been lauded for remaining calm and handling the matter like a statesman.
There was Afrikaner farmer genocide. I can bet you these 3 gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture. He would not be with me. So it'll take him, President Trump, listening to their stories, to their perspective. That is the answer to your question.
But, Mr. President, I must say that we have, wait. We have thousands of stories talking about it. Sure. And we have documentaries, we have news stories, and that. Is Natalie here? Somebody here to turn that? I could show you a couple of things, and it has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure.
Let me see the articles, please, if you would, and turn the lights down. Turn the lights down, and just put this on. It's right behind you. Johan.
Nothing this parliament can do, with or without you. People are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not?
These are articles over the last few days. Death of people. Deaths. Horrible deaths. Deaths. I don't know.
But you know that
To pick anyone, white South Africans are fleeing because of the violence and racist laws. And this is all, I'll give these to you. So when you say, what would I like to do? I don't know what to do. Look at this. White South African couples say that they were attacked violently. And
Isn't time? When will you go and see where your solving it is?
well, I could do that. Look, here's burial sites all over the place. These are all white farmers that are being buried.
President Trump.
And he asks about a jet that was given.
first question
We're not interested in the-
You know, you are so bad. You're such a bad reporter. Do allow them to take land.
Nobody can.
And then when they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No, there is
Nothing happens to
there is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people. And we have now...
The farmers are black. The farmers are not black. I don't say that's good or bad, but the farmers are not black.
So which of these leaders handled the Trump blitz best? Starmer held his own points and pushed for what he could, but ultimately didn't get any success with Trump during the meeting. The meeting with Zelensky was an entirely different circus, with full-blown arguments and berating, leading to a temporary pause in American aid to Ukraine, which eventually resumed later on. Zelensky tried his best to defend his case, but that only infuriated Trump and his officials even more. Later, it was said that Zelensky speaking in English may have added to the overall catastrophe, as English isn't his first or even second language, and may have led to misunderstandings along the way. However, Ramaphosa was much more measured in his response, ensuring that he didn't let the differences turn into an out-and-out slanging match. However, not all of Trump's interactions with world leaders have been tense. Case in point is the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele. Trump's interaction with his El Salvadorian counterpart, also referred to as the world's coolest dictator, was in stark contrast to the rebuke received by many others.
Mr. President, it's an honor to have you doing incredibly for your country, and we appreciate working with you because you want to stop crime, and so do we. I want to thank you for the great job you're doing.
I'm really happy to be here, honored, and eager to help. We're a small country, but if we can help, we do it.
We just have had a great relationship, and I want to just say hello to the people of El Salvador and say they have one hell of a president.
So what do you make of Trump's style of diplomacy? Let us know about your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.